From the studios of Books in Motion in Spokane, Washington, this is Engene reading Shawgo, Book 2, a Western novel by Dusty Rhodes. We'll begin with Chapter 1, A Ranger's Last Ride. Shawgo fingered the Texas Ranger badge that was pinned to his shirt for perhaps the last time as he reined up in front of the Ranger headquarters. He had wrestled with his decision to resign from the Rangers the entire 6 weeks it took to recover from his encounter with Scarface. He still walked with a limp in his left leg and most likely would for the rest of his life. He loved being with the Rangers. He felt like he was helping protect the decent folks that were flocking to Texas in droves, and he wasn't a quitter. He'd always seen through whatever he started. But that was then, and this is now. Now, he had a wife that he loved and who loved him. He had a ranch in maybe the most beautiful valley in all of Texas. He had a growing herd of valuable horses and cattle and a family that depended upon him for their livelihood. For the first time in his whole life, he felt he had a future. His encounters with Scarface and Bob Sullivan had demonstrated once again just how dangerous this country was. In this part of Texas, one lax moment, one inattentive awareness of his surroundings could cost the lives of all those he loved. He wouldn't allow that to happen. He'd made up his mind to resign his assignment as a Texas Ranger. He stepped to the ground and tied his buckskin stallion to the hitch rail. He stepped up onto the boardwalk that fronted the Ranger headquarters. He took a deep breath, swallowed the lump lodged in his throat, and opened the door. Ranger Captain Leander McNelly looked up from his desk, recognized Shawgo, and rose quickly to his feet. He hurried around his desk with a hand extended and a wide smile crooked around the ever-present cigar. "Shawgo, good to see you. I didn't know you was up and around yet. Figured you'd be laid up at least several more weeks." "No, I heal pretty fast. Still got a little limp in my get-along, but I'm doing good." The two Rangers shook hands. Captain McNelly returned to the chair behind his desk, and Shawgo folded into the only other chair in the small office. "Glad you came in. Got an assignment for you. The governor asked that you, and only you, handle this one. I've been holding off, waiting for you to recover, but the governor keeps asking for a report." "Well, there is something," Shawgo tried to say, but was interrupted in mid-sentence. "I tried to explain that you were laid up for a few weeks, but you know him. He's not interested in excuses, only results." "Yeah, I know him. He's always been like that," Shawgo agreed. "About a day's ride northeast of Nacogdoches over in East Texas, there's a river called the Sabine River. It forms the border between Texas and Louisiana. Folks coming to Texas from all over the southern United States use the route through Louisiana and cross the Sabine River into Texas. Now, the Sabine's a soft-bottom river, so the only way across is at a place called Donner's Crossing. A feller named Rolf Donner and his kin operate a ferry and several businesses there. They even have a roadhouse and cabins where travelers can stop and rest up before crossing into Texas. Now, the problem is there have been some reports about folks disappearing, never to be heard from again. Governor Koch's niece passed through that way not long ago on horseback. She stopped and spent the night, but heard some things that scared her out of her wits. She swears she heard folks getting killed during the night. Now, the governor wants you to go down there and find out what's going on and bring back a full report, unofficially, of course. You'll be operating in our neighboring state of Louisiana where the Rangers have no authority, and we don't want to rile our neighbor to the east, so this has got to be done very discreetly. You won't be going as a Ranger, but as a private citizen."